Hello everyone, Miss Shantae back. Sorry for my absence. I know I haven't made any videos in a while. Life has been exciting. This is my third time doing this video. The first one, I wasn't upset about my message. I was upset about my delivery of the message. The second time, I just wasn't as happy as I wanted to be with it. It was too long. But today's message is going to be about children. And the reason why I'm talking about children is because I noticed that in the Finding Me Facebook group page, there have been posts about children and many people don't respond, if any, at all. And I'm not upset that people aren't responding. It bothers me that we as adults can't have a conversation about children. Like, everyone just ignores that. And it's heartbreaking because children are our future. And we're always like, oh my God, whose child is that? Where's this child's mother? Where's this child's father? And then we just hear so many bad things about children. And it's not necessarily, matter of fact, it's not even the children to blame at all. It's the adults and the parents. I'm not singling any parent out, but it's the adults, basically. It's heartbreaking because we should be willing to come together under any circumstances as adults and talk about children and help children. I understand that there are adults out there who don't want to talk about children, don't like children, don't want any children, all of those things. I'm not talking to you guys at all. I'm talking to the ones who are involved, like children, have children, stuff like that. Those are the ones that I'm talking to. I'm not talking to you pedophiles and you abusers either. In a sense, I can talk to you because if you don't like children or you want to harm children in any fashion, then you need help. That's just what it is. But like I said, the reason why I got on this situation is because children are our future. They need us just as much as we need them, believe it or not. Actually, we're going to need them more than they're going to need us. I'm going to make this quick. First, I'm going to apologize because I'm in my car. And I normally don't do videos in my car. But I'm at work right now, so I have to make this quick. I'm watching the time. I'm scratching because I'm frustrated. Parents, adults, get involved with these children. If you see a child acting out in public, misbehaving in public, speaking inappropriate in public, pull that child to the side and talk to them. Don't embarrass them. That's the worst thing you can do because then they're definitely going to be combative. Listen to what these children have to say. They have a message just as we have a message. Children can teach adults. Don't feel like children cannot teach adults. Make these children put on some clothes. I know the new fad is, the less is better, but you know what? They're children and they do what they see us do. They act the way we act. They say what we say because we're the ones above them. And to them, it's like, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. Especially parents, especially family members. Children do what they see, not what they tell you, not what you tell them to do. I'm not bashing anybody when I say this, so please don't take it that way. I'm just being honest. I think it's wrong that some of us parents, we have to have talks with our children about the LGBT community. I'm not against you guys at all. That's not what I do. It's not my thing. I'm not going to put money into a fundraiser for you. I'm sorry. That's just not something that I do. But I'm not against you. I'll treat you just like a regular human being because you are a human being. But my issue is, and this is not just for LGBT, this is for heterosexual relationships as well. Adult relationships are adult relationships. LGBT should not be involved in children because what we think is good for us, and I'm talking to LGBT and heterosexual relationships, is not always good for these children. You need to find out why your child is doing what they do. You need to talk to your child and understand what's going on with your child. And if your child doesn't want to talk to you or help you understand what is going on with them, then you need to reach out to your family members or to your friends, someone that child is close to. And if none of that is successful, then you need to take that child to counseling. I'm saying this because a lot of people are not involved with counseling. Counseling is not a bad thing. It's not for crazy people, especially black people. Y'all don't want to take y'all children to counseling because y'all think there's something wrong with going to counseling on your own. It isn't. Counseling helps. As long as you put your all into it, help, like working, it's going to help you. But by no means should any children be at school fighting about a boy being gay or a girl being a lesbian, because some of y'all are not going to like this, but they're not even old enough to fully understand puberty. They're confused. Like, my daughter gets bumps on her forehead, and she thinks it's because she wears her hair in her face. Some of that may be the case. But when you don't wear your hair in your face for weeks, probably months, sweetheart, I'm going to need you to know that is not like grease bumps. That's not dirt bumps. That's not hair bumps. Those are puberty bumps. Acne. It happens. So she's still trying to wrap her mind around that. It isn't fair for the child that is involved in like an LGBT, because, sometimes children look at them differently. It's just like a retarded child or a mentally impaired child. Let's say that, not retarded. I don't like the word retarded. It's the same as a mentally impaired child. People look at them different because they don't do and they don't act and they don't respond the way others respond. And I'm not going to say normal, because every child is normal. They're created normally the way they're supposed to be. But it isn't fair for any child to experience the things that they experience. And it's our fault as adults because we sit back and we let these things happen. We expect our children to accept us the way that we are. And when they don't accept us the way that we are, we're mad at them. Well, they don't have to accept us the way that we are. You can't pick and choose your family. You can't pick and choose your parents. So don't expect your children to accept what you're doing. Just because you're doing it and you're happy with it, it doesn't mean that your child is happy with it. And again, this is not just for the LGBT community, because in reality, you can be in love with this great guy, but this great guy could be a great guy to you and a horrible guy to your children. You can be in love with this great woman, and this woman can be a great woman to you, but a horrible woman to your children. Talk to your children. There's a reason why they're angry, why they're mad, why they're upset, why they are depressed, why they're suicidal, and you don't even know it because you're not paying attention to them. Why does Sally wear long sleeve when it's 95 degrees outside? Check her arms. Why does, Tanisha get upset when she comes home from school and there was a basketball game or a football game or anything going on? Maybe it was a little boy that she's crushing on. It hurt her feelings, and maybe he's not the little boy that's for her. And it's because they do what they see us do. So please talk to your children. Get involved with your children. Give them some extracurricular activities. It doesn't just keep them busy, but it also keeps them going. It helps them communicate with others. It helps them be part of groups. It helps them learn teamwork, like get involved. And it helps them build bonds with people, because they know that there's someone else out there that's not, I'm not going to say like them, because I don't like to say that there's anybody out here just like me or just like someone else. I hate being compared to other people. So I know other people don't like to be compared, but there are other people out there who have things in common with. Get your children involved in extracurricular activities. Don't be afraid to go in your child's room and look through your child's room and clean your child's room, because you can find out a lot of things by what goes on in your children's room. I don't want to hear that, oh, that's privacy. No, you're the adult, they're the child. Yes, I'm nosy because I need to make sure what's going on with my child is appropriate. I need to know what my child is perceiving is appropriate. If you see children outside, little snotty nose, little dirty clothes all the time, they always hungry, they always big and ain't got no manners, talking to each other crazy, calling each other, and I hate to say this, calling each other bitches and niggas and thoughts and ratchet School them, pull them to the side, talk to them, let them know that that is not okay. That's not appropriate behavior. You're a child. You shouldn't even be talking like that. And yes, we adults, we get around our friends, and our children are around and we start talking like that. Again, they do and say what they hear us do and say and see us do. This is another thing, I've noticed, and I've paid attention to it. I've watched it. I've been a part of it. Women and men, stop being so bitter with each other that you cannot introduce your siblings that are by different parents to each other. It's not the child's fault. I'm not cool with abortion, but I understand someone getting an abortion if they've been raped and they are impregnated from the abortion. I understand that. You have to be an extremely strong individual in order to carry a baby from your rapist. So, I understand abortion in that aspect. But for you people, you women, you men who getting these women pregnant and y'all are bouncing because y'all don't want to take care of responsibility, I'm not cool with you. You women who getting pregnant and you having these abortions because that man is bouncing on you, you is just as wrong as he is, because you opened your legs to him. Condoms ain't always a guarantee. You got to use other forms of protection. They have female condoms. They have birth control pills. They have birth control shots. They have birth control devices. Like, if you don't want to take care of a baby, protect yourself. Don't bring one into this world. You're not ready? Don't bring one into this world. Stop copping out. Stop being a punk. Raise your children, man. Stop taking the easy road out. Stop passing them off to your mama and your daddy and your auntie and your uncles and your sisters and your brothers and your friends and strangers. If you don't want babies, don't have them. Point blank. If you get pregnant and you don't believe in abortion, but you don't want that child, give that child up for adoption. There's a such thing as called joint custody. There's a such thing as having I can't get the right term out for it right now, but there's a such thing as having a mother to that child while you're still the sole custody holder of that child. They do these things all the time. You can adopt a husband and wife for your child. You don't have to give your child up. You can adopt. You can literally adopt a husband and wife for your child. Think about that. Like I said, you don't want your child, but you're going to have that child. Give it up for adoption. Give it up to the family. Do something. Don't just throw this child out. Don't just keep this child and take this child through all these craziness throughout life because of your own selfish pittiness. Don't do that. It's not the child's fault. Another thing. Get involved with your children's friends. Find out what's going on with these type of children that they're hanging around with. My daughters and my son, they hang around children that I'm not so fond of them hanging around. But I don't push those children away. When I notice they hanging around with some children that I'm not fond of, I mentor that child. And I bring that child into a different aspect of light. They see stuff differently. And lo and behold, they actually begin to love me. And some of them actually begin to call me mom. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I want. I want them to call their mother mom. But I want them to know that there are people out here that truly care for them and that want them to succeed in life. Not everybody is out to get them. Not everybody is out to hurt them. Another thing. I know all of you guys see these things that are going on in the news with children. It's painful. For me, it's extremely painful because I love children and I want the best for every child that's out there. But for you to lose your child and your child to come up missing, for your child to be left in a hot car, for your child to be, drinking vodka and milk, come on, man. We got to do better. And this ain't just for black people. This is for all cultures. We got to do better. We have to do better. We killing our future. If we keep going the way we going, everybody going to be gone. Some of us don't even want to reproduce. We got to do better, man. There's no reason why there should be baby hands and feet and a head in a lagoon. Really? Nobody claims the child. Nobody knows who the child is. They're still searching dental records and more to find out who this child is. Nobody spoke up for this child. That's sad. That is sad. But yet we as adults, the only thing we can do is talk about children when they're not guided in the right direction. Man, get you some business. Get you some life. Get you some self-respect. Because any adult that has the audacity to talk about a child instead of helping that child, you need help yourself. I'm getting ready to close this video because I feel my blood pressure raising. And I'm doing my best to control my reactions to stuff. A lot of people don't like my reactions to stuff, especially stuff that I'm passionate about. And I'm a passionate mother. I'm a passionate wife. I'm a passionate woman. So with that being said, my last thing I'm going to say to y'all is if you're going to involve mama and daddy, grandma and grandpa into your child, maybe you should bring mama and daddy or grandma and grandpa home to live with you. Now you go live with them. Bring them home when they sick and shut in to live with you. That way you can watch over mama and papa and mama and daddy and grandma and grandpa and your child. Because family is first. Family is love. And as much as y'all don't want to admit that, you know good and dang on well you can't do nothing by yourself. You can sleep by yourself, but some of us can't. Everybody needs help, and these children need our help more than anything in this world. Grab a little boy or a little girl and help them. Don't talk about them and don't shoo them away. All these kids need help. Grab these kids and help these kids. Y'all say that children don't learn by social media, but there were 2 memes that I posted, and it was funny because no adults said anything about the memes, but there were children. They didn't say anything, but they liked it. And one of them was, "It's not fun being ignored." And it was a meme of a mom sitting there. I think she was on her phone or she was busy doing something, and her child was pissed because that child needed attention. These children get mad and they treat us with these attitudes because there's something that's brewing in them and they need to talk. They just don't know how. Children ain't scared of nothing, but they scared of the reaction of what's going to happen from their mama and their daddy. Because sometimes it's not the reaction that they're looking for. And sometimes they know it's going to be the reaction that they know is going to happen. So, again, man, y'all just get involved with these children. I'm sorry for my absence. I'm sorry for my scenery. I love y'all. I'm doing my best not to get upset in these videos because I don't want people to perceive me as this crazy, angry woman. Not only that, children are listening. So I need you children to speak up. You have a voice. Don't be scared to use it. I'm not telling you to be bad. I'm not telling you to be negative. I'm not telling you to be rude and disrespectful. But I'm telling you to intelligently, intellectually body bag these adults. That means put them in their place. Tell them when it's wrong, that you're not happy with what's going on. Let them know. We need to hear your voice. I want to hear your voice. If no one else does, I want to hear your voice. I don't care if you email me. Our crowns are heavy. O-U-R, the letter R, crowns, C-R-O-W-N-S, are heavy. So it's O-U-R-C-R-O-W-N-S, the letter R, heavy, H-E-A-V-Y, @gmail.com. I won't put your name up. But if you want to talk to me, I'm here to listen. I'm here to listen. And I help as much as I can in any way that I can. Again, I love y'all, and I'm going to talk to y'all later. My 20 minutes is up, and that's too long for me. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend.